We all have habits, some good, some bad. The good ones help us grow, while the bad ones hold us back, often without us even realizing it. These habits, though seemingly small, can significantly impact our lives over time. Today, I'm going to talk about the habits you need to eliminate if you want to create a life that's healthier, more productive, and truly fulfilling. It's time to shed the things that no longer serve you and make room for the life you've always wanted. Let's start with procrastination. We've all been there, putting off tasks, telling ourselves we'll do it later, and convincing ourselves we have all the time in the world. But here's the reality. Procrastination steals your time, and time is something you can never get back. Whether it's putting off starting a project or delaying your fitness goals, every time you procrastinate, you delay your potential. The truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to get started. So, tackle tasks as they come, break them down into smaller, manageable steps, and take immediate action. The more you do this, the less power procrastination will have over you. Next up is the habit of seeking constant validation from others. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with likes, comments, and opinions. Social media amplifies this need for approval. But when your sense of self-worth is tied to the opinions of others, you lose sight of what truly matters. You start measuring your value by how many people agree with you or how much attention you get. The truth is, you are enough just as you are. Your worth is not dependent on external approval, and the more you seek validation from others, the more you'll find yourself feeling empty. Instead, start looking within. Cultivate self-confidence and trust in your own abilities. The only validation you need is your own. Another habit that holds us back is negativity. We all have that voice inside our heads that tells us we're not good enough, we'll never succeed, or that it's too late to change. But the truth is that inner critic doesn't have any power unless you give it to them. Negative self-talk is one of the most destructive habits you can have. It prevents you from trying new things, taking risks, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. When you catch yourself in a cycle of negative thoughts, challenge them. Replace them with constructive thoughts that help you grow. Remember, every successful person faced doubt and failure. They didn't let it stop them, and neither should you. Now, let's talk about multitasking. It's easy to think that doing several things at once means we're being more productive, but the opposite is true. Research has shown that multitasking reduces your efficiency and the quality of your work. It scatters your focus and leaves you feeling mentally drained. Multitasking often leads to mistakes, missed details, and less creative output. To combat this, prioritize. Focus on one task at a time. When you give something your full attention, you perform better and finish faster. And most importantly, you do it with a greater sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. Then there's the habit of cutting corners. It's tempting to rush through tasks or skip steps in order to finish faster, but cutting corners often leads to poor results in the long run. Whether it's in your career, your health, or your personal life, shortcuts almost always come back to haunt you. The truth is, success is built on consistency, discipline, and doing things the right way, even when it's hard. Don't rush through your work. Do it with care and attention. Whether it's a big project or a small task, put in the effort. Because the work you do today lays the foundation for the future you'll have tomorrow. Another habit that many of us struggle with is comparison. In a world where everyone's highlight reel is just a click away, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your success against someone else's. But here's the thing. Comparison only leads to frustration and self-doubt. When you compare your journey to others, you lose sight of your own progress and accomplishments. No two journeys are the same. Your path is unique, and it's important to honor that. Instead of focusing on what others are doing, focus on yourself. Set your own goals, track your own progress, and celebrate your own victories, no matter how small. You're in competition with no one but yourself. Speaking of comparison, another habit that ties into this is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. It's easy to think that everyone else is living a more exciting life, doing more interesting things, and achieving more than you are. But the reality is, social media and outside appearances don't tell the whole story. Everyone has their own struggles, their own battles, and their own pace. Life is not a race. Don't let FOMO drive your decisions or dictate your happiness. Focus on your own journey and embrace where you are right now. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be in this moment. Finally, let's address the habit of staying stuck in your comfort zone. It's safe, it's familiar, but it's also limiting. If you never push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you'll never experience growth. Staying in the same routine, avoiding risks, and playing it safe keeps you stagnant. Growth happens when you take chances, try new things, and challenge yourself to go further. Whether it's pursuing a new career, learning a new skill, or stepping out of your social bubble, embracing discomfort is a sign that you're moving forward. Growth requires discomfort, and discomfort is a necessary part of progress. These are just a few of the habits that are holding you back. But the good news is they don't have to define you. Habits are patterns of behavior, and patterns can be changed. Start small. Choose one habit to work on, and replace it with a positive action. The more you eliminate the habits that no longer serve you, the more space you create for the habits that will propel you forward. You have the power to shape your life into something extraordinary, but it all starts with the choices you make today. So, take a deep breath, reflect on where you are, and start making the changes that will lead you to the future you deserve. The best version of yourself is waiting. You just have to start.